a way that doesn't spoil the sky, the rain or the land. Today, we all have gathered here to know about that, how we can make our growing cities sustainable.
Before we begin with our assembly, I would request all of you to stand up and join your hands to seek the blessings of the Almighty. invite Kasam to present the thought of the day.
Look after the land, and the land will look after you. Destroy the land, and the land will destroy you. Thank you.
For sharing this beautiful thought with us.
Reading newspaper enhances our knowledge and awareness. Now I invite Anvik, Nirpesh and Maya on stage to present today's news headlines.
Good morning everyone. Today's news headlines are Chandrayaan-3 spacecraft completes final lunar maneuver on Wednesday, bringing it even closer to the surface of the moon. 77th Independence Day celebrated across the nation with the flag hoisting and patriotic fervor. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoisted the national flag at the Lal Killa in New Delhi. Rescue operations continue in the rain-affected areas of Himachal Pradesh. Thank you. sports headlines are England team beat the host Australia team in the Women's World Cup semi-final in Sydney Stadium. During 66th edition of the famous flower festival in Colombia, Flora salute to the Colombian women's soccer team.
Weather report. The maximum temperature today will remain around 34 degrees and the minimum temperature will be around 27 degrees. The weather will remain partly cloudy and windy. Thank you. As my friend Trisha has mentioned in the beginning, that today's assembly is about sustainable cities. These days we are talking a lot about sustainability. I don't understand what is sustainable. Do you know, Trisha?
Yes, Naira. Let me explain the meaning of sustainability. Sustainability means fulfilling the needs of current generation without compromising the needs of future generation. We should use the resources in such a way that they should be available to be used by the future generations too.
Okay, I understand, but why it is so important? Let's hear it from our friends.
It helps us to protect our ecosystem and preserve natural resources for the future generations. The world's population is constantly increasing. People are migrating to cities in large numbers for their jobs and other reasons.
We need to build modern sustainable cities. Cities that provide an affordable and safe environment and help everyone survive and prosper.
Sustainable cities are also known as eco-cities, green cities or smart cities. There is one common goal, meeting the needs of residents in such a way so that they serve not only us but also the future generations. These cities are developed keeping in mind judicious use of resources and using eco-friendly means to commute and survive.
In India, sustainability has been practiced since ancient times. Our ancestors did great work for humanity. There are communities and tribes who have been practicing ways towards sustainable living since very old times. Let's have a look at some of the examples.
I also welcome our head junioring Miss Sarika ma'am.
Local people
You can pick your mic and get this side so that everybody can see that.
Meghalaya to a solution for crossing the rain-swollen river from the local people of Meghalaya drew a solution from nature for crossing the rain-swollen rivers during monsoon. They created living bridges from sturdy aerial rubber fig tree. It can support the weight of 50 people at a time. The stepwells of Western India are some of the earliest examples of rainwater harvesting in our country. These stepwells or bawlis are present in Rajasthan and Gujarat. They were perfect examples of water conservation.
The northeastern states have been practicing traditional methods of rainwater harvesting. In Meghalaya, bamboo pipes are used to divert water from springing in the higher areas to the lower areas. The Aptani tribe of Arunachal Pradesh have a unique way of using their farmland. They have developed a skill of rice fish cultivation where they grow rice along with rearing fish.
The sacred forests of Meghalaya. The sacred forests of Meghalaya are perfect examples of volunteering forest conservation and sustainable means living by local communities. People living closer to the forest consider it to be the protector god of the nearby village, and they will not be given a blade of grass from there.
Easy to practice sustainable ways in modern overpopulated cities. How can we do that? Definitely yes if we decide to do. Small steps to be taken are use a bicycle, walk smaller distances whenever possible, or use a lot of public transport. Walking and cycling also provide us with health benefits. buy local food to promote local people and keep local people employed.
Parks, roads, etc. Start a self and also inspire others to contribute to cleaner, better public spaces like water the greenery, plant new plants as much as possible, organize a cleanup of the community, etc.
Ensure the availability of affordable and safe housing for everyone. For this, government and other local bodies must ensure that citizens get a clean and safe housing.
Reduce the environmental impact of city life. Good waste management system plays a very important role in keeping our environment clean and healthy.
Operations on renewable sources of energy and water conservation. Conservation is a state of harmony between men and land. Conservation of natural resources must be encouraged. Maximum use of renewable sources of energy should be promoted. Thank you.
Many cities across the world which are the best examples of sustainable cities. Copenhagen, Denmark, which is often ranked as one of the greenest cities on the planet. Others in the list are San Francisco, California, Vancouver, Canada, Stockholm, Sweden, Berlin in Germany, Singapore, etc. Some of the common practices these cities follow are: people are getting more accustomed to cycling than driving, with only 29% of households owning a car. Major portion of transport infrastructure is green. More roads are devoted to cycling. Ban diesel and other polluting vehicles in the cities. To further encourage green transport, zero emission vehicles, they do not need to pay for registration. Thank you.
That turns waste into energy that helps in powerhouses and buildings.
Large amount of green spaces available for people to access. The countries rely heavily on the use of renewable energy sources such as solar power and wind farms. Zero interest loans are given to households to finance a range of products that would reduce household emissions by installing solar panels on rooftops, household battery storage, and efficient electric appliances. New housing and public buildings needs to comply with strict sustainable building principles. We have many cities that rank good in the list of sustainable cities. Let's take the list of some of the sustainable greenest cities of India. Mysore comes first. The other cities that comes on the top are Mangalore, Dehradun, Bhopal, Indore, etc. Know that our own city, beautiful Chandigarh, is one of the greenest cities of India. Our administrations made a lot of effort to make it green and sustainable. Let's have a look at some of the best steps being followed in the city Chandigarh as well as other green cities of our country towards making our city sustainable. It's taking space on a large scale that solves the problem of decomposable waste that lands up in the garbage landfills and pollutes the soil and environment both. The waste gets converted into valuable manure for agriculture. Rainwater harvesting systems are being installed in houses and industrial units to collect rainwater and decrease our dependability on the groundwater. Tires are being recycled, converted into material used to build roads. These roads are not durable. They also do not break easily due to the effect of rain. Cycling track bikes are created in the cities and cycles are made available to people to travel. Apps based on bicycle hiring systems are being provided by the government to promote the green mode of transport. Electric-based public transport system is being promoted like metro trains, electric buses, autos, etc.
Large-scale installation of solar panels and wind farms are being created to tap renewable energy and less dependence on fossil fuels that cause so much pollution.
Let us take a moment to reflect on the message that we got. Building a world where we meet our own needs without denying future generations a healthy society is not impossible. We can definitely achieve the goal 11, that is sustainable cities, if we are aware citizens and try our best as a community.
Remember, even the smallest action can make significant impact on our environment.
Thank you. Now, I invite our head of junior wing, Sarika ma'am, to say a few words.
Children, please keep sitting. So you've already seen what a sustainable city is. This whole year we are trying to identify. What are we trying to learn? The SDGs. What is the full form of SDG? Development Goals. Everybody knows? How many sustainable goals we have? 17. And every month we are trying to understand one goal. Why? So that we can make a little effort towards contributing in making this whole earth. Now it's not about countries. Every time I am telling you, it's not about working for countries. It's about working for our planet Earth. Because if there is a climate change in one part of the country, one part of the world, it is affecting us also. If the glaciers are melting in Antarctica, the floods will come in India also. It's not that it's only happening there. If there are a lot of fires in South America, the global warming is going to affect us here also here in India. You realize? So if there is a climate change, if there is destruction and pollution of water bodies, sea, ocean, if there is pollution of the air by the vehicles, then whether it is happening in, say, the American continent, or if it's happening in Australia or anywhere else, we will face the effects. So what should we do? We should try to take one small step at a time to make changes. And every time you make a small step or a small effort, that is like putting a mug of water into the ocean. And every time you do that, it is counting. If you are pouring 10 mugs of water in a bucket, will it fill half? Yes, it will. But if I don't start, will it ever fill half also? So most of the times, each one of us, I don't say you, even us, we think others will change, others will do that, but we never do it ourselves. But today the biggest challenge and duty is we have to change our ways. I have to make a promise to myself. And in that there are, I think, few things that we can do as kids in the school. Stop wastage of paper. If you have a plain side, write on the other side. That is for the children and for the teachers and for me. Yes.
I have grown 8 plants.
Yeah. So growing plants has become now a regular practice for us. So that is something we have to do. Like we are brushing our teeth, we are bathing every day. We have to make that a regular practice. That every month, every year, we need to grow some trees. But what we need to do every day? Stop wastage of paper. Very consciously we need to stop the wastage of paper. Wastage of water. We keep the tap open. Even if someone else has left it open, we need to put it off. The lights, if there is not the use for those fans and lights, we need to put it off. Is it very difficult? Are we asking for very difficult things? No. If you can walk to the market, don't take the car. Try that if people are moving to one place, maximum people can go in one vehicle. We will have to change our ways. Otherwise, we will face what we have already done. We had heavy rains. You know what's happening in Himachal? Have you seen? Do you watch the news? Yes. You know that the whole of Himachal has got destroyed. Yes. Why? Because we have changed the climate. We have changed the ways nature had made them. We are trying to take control as human beings. But nature will never let you take control. It's more powerful than us. So we need to change ways. And I've told you very simple ways to save resources. Let's not waste paper. What else? Let's not waste water. Let's not waste electricity. And let's not waste food. Your parents are giving you so much good and expensive eatables in your tiffins, and many of you throw the whole fruit, your chapati. There are people who don't get to eat even one meal in a day. Imagine children who don't get food even one time in the whole day. And we are throwing them in the dustbins. Don't do that. So only 5 wastage if we stop, we can become a sustainable city also. Children, we have to start making changes in our lives. Otherwise, what will happen? Like I told you earlier, all teachers and we are already grown up. Maybe another 30, 40, 50 years we'll be living. But you have to be here for another 80 years. So who is going to face all that? I or you? You all. So who has to work for it? You all. So that you have lights in your homes, you have water in your taps, you have plenty of paper to use, and that you are comfortable.
How will the next generation won't be able to?
Leave the next generation. Even you will not be able to. So let's not worry about the next generation. At least worry about ourselves. You know? So start conscious practice and try telling each other. There was one, you know, we had a confluence in the school?
Yes.
And that was an inter-school competition. And how many schools participated in our school? 17 schools from Tri-City came, and they had different competitions in our school. We had schools like St. John's, Bhavan Panchkula, we had Sopins, we had Manav Mangal, we had Gurukul Global, so many schools, 17 schools, yes. Yes. So our school was overall the winner. Overall trophy we got. So you need to be happy.
Yes, ma'am.
Clap at least for yourself. What does that show? That you all are being taught very good things in school. You are learning very good. And whatever you are learning through your dance, through your music, through your academics, that is a real benchmark, or you can say it is at a standard where others are following. But we have to go much higher than what we are here. So you should feel proud of your school, but at the same time we have to also see that where I have to better myself every day. Slowly, slowly. Not overnight we can't change, but slowly, slowly we can make changes. So I just wanted to share this very proud, I would say, information that the school of all the 17 schools in the Tri-City, our school was judged the best. But since we were only hosting, so what we did, we said somebody might say कि आपने कुछ cheating करी थी या आपने अपने लिए partiality करी थी. So we said we will not take the overall trophy. We'll give it to the next school who was second in the position. And then we gave it to Sopin School. So Sopin School was given the overall trophy because they also secured a few points lesser than our school. I think already a circular has gone to you. Yes. That information is there with you. So you must share with your parents, you must share with your friends that we had a competition like this where our children were very good. And I would also like to share that the dance that was done by the students of the junior wing that got the first prize. We are very proud of those students also, and we are proud of the teacher, and we look forward to many, many more prizes from you all. So have a wonderful day, but let this thought that we have to stop 5 kinds of wastage in our life. Tell your parents, switch off your vehicle, switch off the lights when it's not required. Don't waste food, take in the plate what you require. Don't throw away paper just like that, reuse it. 5 wastage, if we stop, you will lead a very comfortable life in your next 100 years. Thank you so much and God bless.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. I want to rise for the national anthem. I invite someone to